Guess what I just got in the mail, guys? This is the Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette, a limited edition. If you guys follow me on my community tab, you guys know that I went back and forth whether I was going to get this palette or not. Of course, it's here. I decided to get it, and I pay extra for it to be delivered to me even faster just because the sale's still going on from Sephora. I was able to get a 20% discount on this palette right here because I am a Rouge member. So if you are a VIB, you get 15% discount, and if you are an insider, you get a 10% discount. A discount, doesn't matter what it is going to be better than no discount at all. So of course I am going to be linking it down below. The one thing that was really turning me off from ordering this palette is because it is a limited edition palette, but again, we are on the sale, it's still available. Let's go ahead and create some looks with this palette, and of course I will give you my final thoughts and review and whether you need it in your life or not. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. By the way, I didn't even say hi to you guys. Hi, thank you so much for being here. If you're new to my channel, my name is Jarrell, but if you have been here for a little while, thank you so much for joining me back again. So let's go ahead and get into the video now. So here we have the eyeshadow palette. This is manufactured in the USA, assembled in Dominican Republic, and it does have a shelf life of 12 months. And here we have the eyeshadows, the color story. It's super basic, and this retails for $68. You heard it right, $68. So I went ahead and turned down the lights a little bit so you guys can see the eyeshadows a little bit more clear. As you can see, it is a really nice, beautiful color story, but it's very neutral. Nothing too crazy, but we have some sparkle eyeshadows, and that is one of the main things that convinced me to get this palette, and of course review it for you guys. But can we dupe this palette? I'm pretty sure we can. The one thing that I want to point out, comparing it to the Master Matte, which is the packaging, as you can see, it's not as shiny as this one right here. And the Makeup by Mario on this one, the Master Matte, it is actually raised, which it gives it a little special touch. This one right here is not. It's like a sticker, not a sticker, but it's like imprinted in there. I don't think you can take it out, but it doesn't feel as luxe as the one that is erased right here. That is it. It does have a really nice full mirror. It doesn't go back. You can actually stand it, which is really good. Since I already have the Master Matte open, let's go ahead and just compare them side by side. As you can see, the Master Matte, it's all matte shades, of course, but not only that, it also leans a little bit more neutral warm. Comparing it to this one right here, that it does have some shimmer shades. We also have a little bit more on the pinky tone, cooler tones, comparing it to the Master Matte. Before we get into the looks, let's go ahead and get into the swatches. I'm going to just go for it and get all the mattes first. All right, so here we have the first 3 mattes, and I'm going down this way, by the way, form. Yeah, they definitely have some kickback. There's a lot of fallout that is picking up, and we have 2 more. These are absolutely beautiful, super pigmented, soft like butter. Oh my goodness. I'm going to swatch these 2 metallic shades right here. Go ahead and do the chocolatey one. Yeah, that's beautiful, like a one and done kind of smoky chocolatey eye, which is one of my favorite looks. And this one, it's a taupey kind of shade, really nice and reflective metallic as well. Very beautiful, very, very beautiful. So let's go ahead and now swatch this metallic, really nice, reflective, glittery ones. Out of the 3, the one that it's really speaking to me is this one right here. It's very nice and cool. It has like a little taupiness to it. So let's see how pigmented they are. Wow, it feels like a cream when I'm swatching it. Really nice and reflective. And let's swatch this one right here. Here we have the swatches. What do you guys think so far? I'm really happy so far. So good. Right, so I went ahead and primed my eyes using my P. Louise base. I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm going to use this as my transition shade and just adding it to the outer corner and the crease and bringing it slowly in the inner corner and just blending it up. As there is not a lot of pigment on the brush, just blend it up. That was super easy. I'm going to grab a little bit more and just building up the color to the intensity that I like and creating that shape. With another blending brush, I'm going to take this shade right here just to blend the edges. And remember that these looks are just for inspiration. If you do not want to take it so high up, you don't have to. You can just modify it to your liking. That was like super easy to blend. All right, with a flat synthetic brush like this, I'm going to take the darkest shade, which is this one in the palette. I really wish that there was a black in here. I think that that would have made this palette like super complete for all of your basic smoky glam looks. And I'm going to pack this color all over my lid. Not going too high up because we're going to blend it out. So there is definitely some kickback. Go ahead and go back with the first brush and this shade right here in the corner, the one that we added on the crease. I'm just going to go on the edges of the color that we just added and trying to blend it up. And just to help it blend a little bit more, I am going to add this shade right here. And this one is the Refer 14 brush. And I'm going to run the same shade on my bottom lashes. So the shades are blending out really nicely. However, when I apply the darker shade, which is this one right here, on my lid, and I tried to blend it, for some reason it just became super dark in this area right here. I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up. Comparing it to what it is right here, it's just really dark. So it could be my primer, or it could just be that it's just becoming a little muddy as I am trying to blend it. But I did want to point that out. So you can definitely just keep this eye right here super matte, really nice and chocolatey. It looks really beautiful, except for the line of demarcation that I showed you guys. But I am going to add a little bit of this metallic shade, and this one right here, which is a gunmetal kind of shade, I am dying to use right on top of this one. So I'm going to add it right in the center. Oh my goodness. And I'm just going to blend it side to side with my finger. I'm trying to keep it on the lid. I can see the fallout on my face. So you might want to use some glitter glue maybe, or just be a little bit more careful, or just do your eyes first. But this is beautiful. So for my lower lashes, I'm just going to go back with this darker shade right here. Going to go back to the gunmetal metallic shade. I'm just going to add it right in the center. I'm going to tie line with a black liner, and this one is from Persona Cosmetics. For the inner corner, I'm going to take this gold right here. And I'm just going to add a little bit of that gold right here in the center of the eye. And a little bit right here. Why is this limited edition? Why? I just don't get it. It is absolutely stunning. It does not deserve to be limited edition. We deserve to have this palette all the time. I am going to curl my lashes, but I gotta say that based on how this performs, it is absolutely beautiful. I'm hoping that it was my primer that it gave me a hard time. But I mean, you cannot even see it anymore since we apply the metallic shade. And I'm really liking this look, guys. I'm really liking this palette. Wow. Okay, this is super beautiful. Let me just add mascara. And here we have look number 1. I went ahead and turned down the lights a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. All right, so let's go ahead and create the second look. Take this shade right here, which is definitely more on the cooler side. That is going to be our transition shade. And as you can see, it looks really light on the pan. However, it is definitely showing up on the eyes. Going to add it to my outer corner. And whenever I don't have a lot of product, I'm going to start blending it up and going a little bit on my crease. For the inner part of my eye, I'm going to take this rosy shade. Going to use the same brush. Going to tilt my head back a little bit and just really see where my crease is. And I'm barely touching my eyelid. Now going back with the first shade and just creating a little bit more depth and marrying those two colors right in the center. I'm going to run this color on my lower lashes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to place this color all over my lid, which is the lightest shade. You do have to build it up a little bit just because it's a little bit more on the sheer side, but it builds up really nice and gorgeous, especially if you just want something a little bit more like soft and ethereal. This is definitely going to give you that look. All right, so now just to define the lower lashes a little bit, I'm going to take this chocolatey metallic shade. I don't want it to be too intense. I'm trying to keep this look a little bit more soft. So as you can see, it's a really soft wing liner, nothing too crazy. I just wanted to define a little bit more on the lower lash and the outer corner. I am going to take a smaller brush, and this one is the Refer 14, going back with the first shade that we use. And I'm going to just add it a little bit on the crease just to define it a little bit more. I'm going to stay a little low. I'm going to add this shade right here for my brow bone. And I'm just going to add a little bit more of the same shade that we have all over our lid, but with a denser brush. I'm going to add it to the inner corner. For this look right here, I'm going to use a brown liner to tightline. And for my waterline, I'm going to use this nude. So again, taking the brown metallic shade with a really tiny brush, and I'm going to run this on my lower lash, really close to my lash line. So I'm going to curl my lashes. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of mascara, add a little bit of concealer, and I'll show you the final look. And here we have a look number 2. Super different, not too smoky, really wearable, super easy to create. Let's go ahead and talk about these two different, completely different looks. And I wanted to create two different looks like this because I wanted to see the versatility on this palette. That is definitely my goal when I do have a palette. I wanted to see how really deep it could get, and I think that I got pretty smoky on this first look right here, and really nice and everyday ethereal kind of look for this one right here. I wanted to create more looks for you guys, but unfortunately I do have to go and pick up on my kids. I did not time this well. Plus I did get my palette a little bit late, but anyways, I will be creating more looks. If you guys are interested, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys want to see another video using this palette with more looks, more inspiration. I did not use this eyeshadow right here, which I am super excited to play with, so maybe I will incorporate it in another video. Let me know if you guys want to see a dedicated video using this palette creating more looks, or do you guys want to see maybe this palette just being incorporated with other makeup that I purchased from Sephora. So yeah, whatever you guys want, let me know and I will do it for you for sure. But anyways, in regards of this palette, my final thoughts is that I am super happy that I have it in my collection. I am not saying that for you to buy it if you already had your mindset that you do not want this palette because it's limited edition, you're not going to see it again. Then I totally understand that, because those were my original thoughts. I really did not want this palette because it was limited edition. It really does not function for my channel well, but I can totally see myself using this palette again and again, and if it's not available for me to share with you guys, I can still use it off camera. It is absolutely gorgeous. The mattes on this palette are just absolutely beautiful to play with. I have to test this shade one more time, and maybe I will do that on my next video. Just because I did not like the line of demarcation, I will use a different primer to see if I see a difference, but that is the only complaint that I have. I am absolutely obsessed with this palette, how gorgeous it is on the eyes. These toppers right here, you can definitely build it up to really show up on your lid if you have the right primer. I think that they are just spectacular, really ethereal, ethereal, beautiful for every day, but at the same time you can definitely smoke it out and use it for nighttime. It's very versatile. I absolutely love how cool tone it is for my skin tone, and I was not really into cool tones before, but now I am totally into cool tones, and this palette is just absolutely gorgeous. Just in case I didn't say that enough. But yeah, those are my honest opinions, my honest thoughts in regards to this palette. After using it, I do not regret paying the $68. I think that it is a palette that I am going to be using really often, and I am very, very happy that I have it in my collection. I don't think that you will have any regrets whatsoever if you decide to pick up this palette. I will link it down below in the description area just in case you guys are interested. Whenever you do use any of my links, they are affiliated, so I do get a really tiny commission. As you can see, I purchase everything myself, so whenever you use my links, you really do help me out to put it back into my channel and provide you guys with more content, and of course, you know, more makeup try-ons and all of that good stuff. So yeah, that is it for this video, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your love, your time, and support. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you next time.